Hi, my name is Miss Drew and I work for the Poudre River Public Library District. It's winter here and it gets pretty cold outside. What do you have to do when it's cold outside? We have to put on all sorts of layers, right? Sometimes we put on a coat or a jacket, right? On our upper bodies to keep us warm. How about on our hands? Do we put anything on our hands? Maybe some mittens or gloves. And on our heads, sometimes we put a hat. And around our neck, sometimes we put a scarf. That's right. So if you want to be warm when you go outside, sometimes you have to put on one or all four of those things. And that's what we do. But animals, for the most part, do not have access to coats and scarves and hats and mittens, do they? What do animals do in order to stay warm? If they're a mammal and they're warm-blooded like us, they have thick fur, right? Thick fur all over themselves, and that keeps them warm. Or if they are a bird, birds don't have fur. What do birds have? Birds have feathers. They have layers and layers of feathers, and that helps trap the heat. Or how about something that lives in the ocean, like a walrus? A walrus does not have fur, and it doesn't have feathers. What do you think a walrus has? A walrus has layers of fat, and it's really great for a walrus to have layers of fat because fat helps keep you warm when you're surrounded by the ocean. So there are all sorts of ways that other animals live in the cold and adaptations they have so that they can stay warm. We are going to do a book today called Over in the Arctic, Where the Cold Winds Blow. This one is written by Marianne Berkes, and it is published by Dawn Publishing. And we get to do two things with this book. We get to do a lot of counting, and we also get to learn some new species, and both what the adult is called and what the baby is called. So almost all species, an adult and a baby, have two different names that you can refer to them as. We refer to an adult cat as a cat, but we refer to a baby cat as a what? A kitten. And that's across a lot of species. An adult dog is a dog, but a baby is a puppy. And an adult bear is a bear, but a baby is a cub. So there are lots of examples of that. So we are going to learn the adult name and the baby name, and then we're going to count how many babies on each page. So please help me out, especially with the counting, okay? We are going to start, and our first animal I think you will recognize pretty easily. What's that? A polar bear. Over in the Arctic, where the cold waters run, lived a mother polar bear and her little cub, one. How many baby cubs do we have? Just one. Roll, said the mother. I roll, said the one. So they rolled on the ice where the cold waters run. Ooh, how about this animal? You might recognize this one too. Over in the Arctic, hopping like a kangaroo, lived a mother Arctic hare. Hare is another word for rabbit. And her little leverets, two. One, two. Thump, said the mother. Wee thump, said the two. So they thumped on the tundra, hopping like a kangaroo. Ooh, how about this one? I mentioned this one at the start. Over in the Arctic, paddling in the icy sea, lived an old mother walrus and her little calves, three. One, two, three. Kick, said the mother. Wee kick, said the three. So they kicked with their flippers, paddling in the icy sea. Oh, here we go. Over in the Arctic, curled up on the frosty floor, lived a mother Arctic fox and her little kits, four. One, two, three, four. Hide, said the mother. We hide, said the four. So they hid and they waited, curled up on the frosty floor. Over in the Arctic, where they dip and dive, lived a white mother whale and her little calves, five. One, two, three, 4, 5. Click, said the mother. Wee, click, said the 5. So they clicked and they whistled where they dip and dive. Over in the Arctic, where the cold waters mix, lived a furry mother seal and her little pups, 6. Let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe, said the mother. We breathe, said the 6. So they came up for air where the cold waters mix. Ooh, I bet you know this one too. Over in the Arctic, gliding up toward heaven, lived a mother snowy owl and her little owlets, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one hidden. There's number 7. Swoop, said the mother. We swoop, said the 7. So they swooped as they flew, gliding up towards heaven. Over in the Arctic, where some creatures migrate, lived a mother snow goose and her little goslings, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Honk, said the mother. Wee honk, said the 8. So they honked and they flew south, where some creatures migrate. Can you do a goose honk with me? Honk, honk, honk. I love doing goose sounds. Over in the Arctic, where the sun didn't shine, lived a mother wolverine and her little kits, 9. Let's count them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Growl, said the mother. We growl, said the 9. So they growled and they grumbled where the sun doesn't shine. Oh, here's the cover, right? What are those animals? Over in the Arctic, in a deep, dark den, lived an old father wolf and his little pups, 10. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Howl, said the father. We howl, said the 10. So they howled in a pack from their deep, dark den. Over in the Arctic, where the cold winds blow, Arctic animals are living in the water and the snow. Name us, they say the animals, from 10 to 1. Then go back and start over, 'cause this rhyme isn't done. Over in the Arctic, you can spy with your eyes to find more Arctic creatures. Every page has a surprise. So they were very small throughout the book, but we also saw a lynx and an ermine and a caribou and a ptarmigan and all sorts of other animals. If you want to take a look for yourself and try to spot the tiny ones, you should check out Over in the Arctic, where the cold winds blow. Thank you so much for joining me for our story time. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.